What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we're going to talk about yet another stock inside of the Discord that jumped 157% this morning on phase 3 news that might have been rather dubious. So while the rest of you continue to hold on to a stock that's barely above $12 a share, we are literally stacking cash to the ceiling. All that and more coming at you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Thursday. Does it ever end? Will it ever end? 93% plus and growing in terms of win rate in the last 13 months. Another stock that we loaded up on at 15 cents ATXI over the course of the last month and a half, and boom, to as high as 38.5. And while it caught yours truly off guard, and I'll explain that in a second, you'll know why I sent you not one, not two, but 3 Add Everyone tags so that you could get the hell out of Dodge before the stock comes back down. Last trade, 2629. All right, look. I knew that phase 3 news was coming, but I didn't know it was going to be this soon. I was actually in the process of doing an Ask Jason write-up. It's a huge success. We're not going to tag. The reason for that is if you're inside of the Ask Jason channel, and all of you are, you will automatically get alerted or notified whenever I review a stock. So there's no need to do any tagging. The reason I have to tag with respect to the trades inside of Core Holdings is because I released them in the stock chat room. There's a lot of noise. There's 350 people or thereabouts there talking at once. So I have to make sure for my own conscience and your own safety that I tag everyone. So unless you've set your notifications to none, you don't want to hear from me or anyone else. It's impossible if you got your phone on and or a desktop that you downloaded the app. It's impossible to miss my trades. So I'm in the process of doing a review, and all of a sudden I see my alert going off. 20, 21, 22. I said, what the hell's going on? I'm not supposed to be seeing any news. I look for news on the Yahoo app. Nothing. Business Wire, nothing. So at 23 cents or thereabouts, I pulled the ripcord. I made 53% on my money. Within 10 minutes, it was a quarter to 30. Within 15, it was as high as 38.5. Some of you, I saw sales as high as 35 cents a share. You're very fucking welcome, by the way. But then I read the actual news announcement. And this is why you have to trust my 30 years of experience. Half of it as a broker from 93 to 07. It wasn't phase 3 news. It was them agreeing with the FDA on how to set up the next phase 3 trial. So I am not going to call bullshit. I am not going to accuse them of doing anything wrong yet. But once again, if you remember RNAZ, RSLS, NVOS, remember the $1 billion gold bond on a fucking biotech stock and the infamous TTOO, they all went down more than 75% after Mr. Highway to Hell sold the stock and told you to do the same. So if this wasn't some airy-fairy, fluffy, unnecessary news announcement to blow out somebody that owns 15% of the stock, you know who you are. Or to dilute, selling it down from 38.5 last trade, 26.25. I don't know what is. But as I've been saying now for the last 2 weeks, whether this is deception at its ultimate, as per was the case with the last 4 or 5 names I just gave you, biotech is really the only type of stock that's going to run 50, 100, 200, 300%. But once you get up and out and into those nosebleed levels, settle down, Jason. Didn't you say you were going to be much calmer this year? You got to pull the ripcord because an offering's coming, an insider blowing out is coming, some sort of bullshit is fucking coming. But I've been telling you guys and gals, thank you very much for all your support. For the last 2 weeks, I'm not buying anything. My stink meter's going off. In fact, it's louder right now, even though the market's up slightly this morning, than it was a week ago. I don't like to buy stocks or add new positions in the last 2 weeks of the year. I've been doing this a long fucking time. I told you a rug pull was coming, and it's not over yet. You saw the list or what's not redacted come out last night. There is going to be a wag the dog, a black swan. There's going to be something to take the heat off those motherfuckers that belong in jail. I'm telling you right now. And it may not crater this market. It may not bring us to the point of a recession and an ultimate bear market of minus 20% or more. But I can feel with every ounce of my being, whether it's my fucking soul, the good Lord himself, who has blessed us with an insane amount of success over the last 2 years. Be careful, Jason. Now is not the time to take your 45% cash and go all in. Now is not the time to be pushing the dopamine button just because you can't fucking sit still. I woke up this morning to 6 more people that quit. Now, one guy, God bless you, came back in, said it was a hold fraud, potential fraud alert, and that's going to happen with your credit cards. He paid his bill. But if the other 5 don't come through, this is the worst quit day in 4 months of our Discord. And what's your reasoning? Because I don't know what I'm fucking doing? Didn't we just rack up 6 winners in the last month or so for over 300% gross return? Didn't that wipe out all of your fucking losses and you know who you are and that piece of shit that's currently holding barely above $12 a share? I know what the hell I'm doing. And if I'm saying that it's not time to fucking be buying any stock, you might want to trust my judgment. Anyone, whether it's me, you, someone else that has a 80 to 90% plus success rate in a long period of time as I have. Anyone that's racked up over 135 winners in the last 12 fucking months alone. Anyone that's telling you to be careful. We've had an insane amount of success. We need to sit in cash, whether it's another few days or another few fucking weeks. It's going to be as long as I think is necessary. So for all you that might be on the fence or are currently in the Discord right now that just can't fucking sit still with the 4 stocks that we own and the 50% or thereabouts cash, get the fuck out of the Discord. Save your money if you're considering joining. We don't cater to scalpers. We don't do well with day fucking traders. I'm typically in a stock for about a month, and we normally make on average with our winners about 30%. But lately it's been much more than that. Through the grace of God himself. I've been trying to herd 300 or 400 cats. I'm convinced, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I'm convinced that he is blessing me beyond measure. I'm way out over my fucking skis. You're not supposed to be right in penny stocks this amount of times. And the same voice that brought me all these winners and all of this success is telling me, and I considered it to be the voice of God, don't do anything right now. Sit on your hands for a bit longer. If I turn out to be wrong and the market defies an overbought condition, because the Dow and the S&P haven't even broken 80 on the overbought. We are in nosebleed territory on the Dow and the S&P 500. It's only the tech stocks and some of the small caps that have come back down about halfway or so to oversold. We still have at least another week or two of sideways to down. And with respect to the geopolitical, if we can call that, events that are going on right now, we need to be careful. So if it's not for you, if you can't fucking sit still, save your money. We need intermediate players to whales like the ones we have in the Discord, making $100,000 a month. We've racked up so far from 7 or 8 that have gotten back to me about $150,000 in profits on ATXI. We own the stock for about 6 weeks. These guys and a couple of gals are making $100,000 every fucking month. How much do they pay me? $50 or $60 at trysmallbiz.com. And before I forget, don't ever send any money by way of crypto, Cash App, Venmo. I'm not on Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp. The only fucking way you have ever been or will ever be able to pay me $50 or $60 a month at trysmallbiz.com is with a credit card. Everything else, anywhere else, is a fucking scam. In closing, yeah, I got a little excited today. It's going to happen from time to time. I know that I can't reach 80% of you. I've accepted that realization. It doesn't matter how many winners. It doesn't matter how nice I am, how less I swear, how much I swear, the kind of sense of humor that I have, whether I talk about all the way in. Don't forget the up and out the other side, ladies. Oh, yes. I said it. It doesn't matter what I say or do. She's laughing now. Thanks, Ma. 80% of you are unreachable. The 20% of you that are in there, don't ever give up your seat. Even though 20 or 30% are going to come and go for a variety of fucking reasons. It'll be the biggest fucking mistake you ever made. The ROI is 50 to as much as 1,000 to 1 for those that are taking it seriously. And there's going to be a moment, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next Monday, whether it's next fucking month, where something's going to happen, shit's going to hit the fan in a big fucking way, and you're going to say, you know what, Helen? This cocksucking motherfucker who's got us 50% cash was right once again, and we're loading up on 1, 2, and maybe 3 new stocks. And until next time, always remember that I love you. Thank you so very much for your support, and I'll see you next time. Wasn't that different?